London, 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 London.
Hello, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Structure Series Invites. Tonight we have a special interview with Makaan's co-owner Anahita Shamsaei. So welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. So we're gonna do a two-part interview for tonight. I just wanted to kind of know your roots, your journey, and the creation of Makaan, and then obviously we're gonna look in your inspirations, the scene, and the future. Okay. So let's maybe start from your, the beginnings and upbringings. You were born in Sheffield and raised in Tehran, and now you're based in London. So three very different environments. How have these places shaped you as a person, as an artist?
First of all, Montes, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much.
The reason that I wanted to actually speak, it's because, it's because I wanted more people to know about Makaan and in general, like what we do. So I was born in Sheffield. Yeah, it's very random. During Iran and Iraq War, my parents were studying in Sheffield University. Sorry. Do we have water? So then I was born in Sheffield. Then we moved to Iran, and I grew up in Tehran, where as a female itself, being a female in Iran, it's a fight. But for me, it was like kind of confusing because I was like, why I'm not accepted? Why I cannot do this? Why I cannot do that? So I was just fighting. Then I was questioning, am I fighting a system? Thank you. Sorry. Thank you. So then I figured that actually, for me, being a DJ means to show my existence as a female DJ. We exist. And I want to fight the patriarchy with my music. So for me, it's not about knowing the technical stuff in depth because my profession was not this. I learned everything myself in my room. So it's not that deep. You know what I mean? But for me, it has a meaning. Each set, it's a storytelling. So I'm telling a story. I give a lot of energy. So I get really tired, Imagine if you're telling a story, if you're sharing your journey with genuine energy, you get exhausted. As a DJ,
I feel like every set you play, at the end, you're just drained from the energy and everything.
I usually ask where is the next DJ? I'm looking for the next DJ. But yeah. To be honest, it was going through different from my... Let's go to the next question.
Yeah, of course, because obviously, because I wanted to just understand, the surroundings of like the music that you bring growing up in Iran, and you probably had the early influences from living there. So kind of, what made you to become in that creative environment?
Obviously, my very good friends were all DJs by luck. And then they were playing techno always, by luck. And then I was like, and I was the one that always listened to hip hop. I love hip hop because especially Iranian hip hop is really good. So all my friends are actually really good like rappers, and my friends were like, no, we don't want to like hang out with your friends because they're too like, they're like la 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 like street mode. They were super like techno, like really like. So for me, everything started underground because clubs are illegal in Iran, but we have underground parties there. It's happening right now, still happening. But during the time that I was playing, I remember one time, this guy told me, you should go and play washing machine. And I was like, really, you reckon? Bam! I just hit the guy. And then he just fell, like bam. So that's how we used to fight, So I was like, decks are there. Sharing is caring, no? let's share the decks. Here, you know, they push. I hate it. Like, to what extent? Like, decks are there. They're not
gonna
going
go
anywhere. They're not gonna run away. Whoa, 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 what's gonna happen? So this fact that's why I want to speak. You know, no one wants to speak.
That's true, and it's good that you want to kind of portray your vision and talk about things, because sometimes maybe people are more hiding behind the decks and not actually talking about things that needs to be
Maybe
talked
they are
to.
talking, but with their music.
That's
It's
true.
a catchy one.
So obviously, because you lived in different countries and different cultures and different influences. So how, what in one sense of identity and belonging does the music come from those three different countries? You said you lived in more countries, but
Because my job. Okay, let me start. So, I was DJing, but it wasn't for me. Like for me, it was just like showing that I exist as a female, going to underground parties. I play as well. It's fine. Then coming here, playing for the audience for the first time, here at a club, was something different. Still the same, but it was more like a institutionalized.
yes,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But my actual job was I was a field investigator. So all my life I was at the field front line. So I saw in depth how artists like refuge due to music. We have so many refugees, asylum seekers because of music. So where are they? You know, there must be. And I was like, in the camp, I saw a DJ that this last with Doctors Without Borders, I went to Ioannina to the border, and there I figured that there's a DJ in the camp. Then the idea came up that I really, really should be the sound for the unseen and unheard. I don't want to sit down and be like, because I'm privileged, because of the privilege, I'm not gonna do this. Because I'm privileged, I'm not gonna do that. Because I'm privileged, I'm gonna do this. You know, I'm gonna use this privilege instead of nagging. I'm gonna use it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I have the privilege to be here. Then I can be the sound of everyone. So then I realized, okay, all my producer friends, they're being silenced. Why? Sanction. Geopolitical matters, sanction, censorship. Ooh, so many. Some people just want to make music, you know. But then, for me, when I started to actually DJ in different countries and places, I figured that in every country, people look at music as something like it's completely different. Like when I play in Istanbul, it's completely different with when I play in, oh my god, Denmark was the hardest. Because I read the audience and I try to be with the audience and I need the audience to be with me.
And they were
It's a teamwork. You know what I mean? It's not like all about the DJ. It's all about us. But they don't get it. Now everything has been like very commercialized, very big and like fighting competition. I don't get this idea. So me knowing this, that okay, all my life I've been working in the front line. I've seen many like artists, they run away because of their art. Not just that, there are so many people that they're making tunes. They don't care about the war, but they want to put their tunes and they want to sell it. Like every other producer, why they can't? But with Makaan they can. You know?
So obviously as well, I just wanted to kind of roll back of your, like discovering music and early artistic journey when you started, When did you actually like first fell in love with like electronic music, and what actually drew you to DJ and, produce music and kind of get involved in that? Do you remember like the exact points, or were there like a, interaction or a gig that you're like, okay, I want to do this?
I think I was 19 years old. No, let's go back. 18, 17.
Oh wow, okay.
17 years old. Yeah, now I'm 34.
So it's been over half of what you
Yeah,
lived.
it was always techno,
Okay.
not electronic. I believe techno has been a genre that has been colonized again. That's why I say every set is a storytelling for me, because it's not repetitive, commercialized, colonized techno. It's a genre. Like, how come we say all of this electronic? I don't get it. You know what I mean? Because techno itself is like a dub.
I mean, I do understand what you mean, but
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's a specific genre. Can we say all like? Is there anything under classical music like?
Not
I
really,
don't know.
but probably like because techno derived back in the days from like house music, and I mean it started from that way. So that's why maybe people call it like electronica in
Yeah.
a way.
Because this all is like tribal. This itself, the name tribal. What? It's kind of like colonization, in a way.
In a way,
No, it's not. Why do we have to name or label everything? Techno, is there. Why do we have to bring techno under? Is it deep house? Is it tribal techno? Is it techno? Techno?
it's true. But people do kind of put it in
Yeah,
brackets
yeah.
these days in cages, so let's see.
Yeah, but they put everything, no? Everything.
That's so true. So, because obviously you mentioned that you played in Iran, but like, do you remember like the first moment you actually played a gig and there was audience and how did that make you feel?
That was the first time. I remember it was in outside Tehran. It was in this villa, and for the first time I played, I was like, "Whoa, this is so fun!" Actually, not just fun. I have the power here right now.
Okay, to
You know what I mean?
control the
Yeah, to
people.
control their mind now. And I got it. Then eventually, every time that I was playing, I was just like, keep learning how to be with the crowd. I didn't want to, some DJs just look at the mixer.
They dissociate.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't get it. Like,
It's a thing more in the head kind of thing when people just go down because maybe they don't want to be there, like delivering the set in a professional way. But I feel like you have to look up.
a little bit, no?
Yeah, just to have a
say,
look.
yeah. Maybe there are some people that they're not enjoying.
True. So you have to.
We're
look at
not in
them.
our rooms. It's a kind of responsibility. It's a teamwork. If someone's are not dancing, maybe a little bit, I don't know, play with it.
Yeah.
Not just like one folder for this, one folder for that. That's kind of...
If you make the people who are not dancing, then it's doing
Yeah,
a good job.
exactly.
So obviously, because you said a lot of your friends were into techno, right? But obviously, how did you find your way into the like underground scene, especially like as a woman, navigating in a all male dominant scene, and obviously because you played in Iran, you played here, so was it like what kind of difficulties did you find, or obstacles that you had to either push through or go through them?
As I mentioned, for example, in Iran, I felt like at first when I was playing, now it's completely different. Now everything has changed. But when I was there, it was like weird. A girl is playing, so maybe there is something wrong. It was like an EU thing. You know what I mean?
That's so interesting. Okay.
But in a way, oh, cool, that's you. You know what I mean? You. And you're like, yeah, me. So then for me, even during my work, when I was playing in different clubs, like, I remember like how my BPM came so up, because like I saw one artist 2 hours, and like he changed my life.
What was that?
Nodrex, like shout out, like big time. I told him as well, like he knows, he's a resident at Basiani. I was like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like changed my whole vision of techno, to be honest. And that's when I actually, I don't know, it's something clicked, like that's when the BPM went higher. I figured I can play now with... No one said that it has to be like this. there's no order. You can be free. You can be creative. You know, you can add sounds and you can add like la 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 more. So then I started.
So you said about being creative. My kind of next question would be like, would you describe DJing as storytelling in a way, or is more trying to capture the audience and take them on a journey? Because I mean,
It depends.
okay, because
It depends on the person. It really, for me, is definitely.
yeah,
Because when I was, so I lived in Istanbul for my work as well. When I was working with very, very intense, vulnerable group of refugees, like I remember my sets were super intense because I used to come home and then, bam, record a set. And when I was playing in Istanbul, people don't like fast BPM. That's the thing. But I believe if we do it together, if the audience go with you, like I play 145 now in Istanbul, everywhere, and they love it. People don't like mellow anymore.
but I heard one of my favorite sets of yours were in Made in Voyage. Like the energy you brought was, like it was next level. I just saw the people going
Made in Voyage
absolutely
me?
crazy. Yeah,
No,
you played
No.
Made in Voyage.
No.
Wait, this year? Well, no, it was
no,
not Made
that
in
was
Voyage.
Sama Abdelhadi.
Really?
Yeah.
My bad.
Who? No. No, Sama Abdelhadi.
So obviously, I just want.
I never played at a festival
Okay.
because
Or maybe
I.
in this next year.
Nah, I cannot. Actually, you know what? Festival is super easy because you don't need to read. You cannot read the whole 40,000. You know, people are I don't know, down there, but you can read one. You know which is the hardest? Like the less crowd.
When it's
Oh,
in,
yeah,
intimate.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the hardest for me. Like let's say. Like I remember I played at this place. Okay, it's big and everyone was like, "Oh my god, this is super la 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 la," and I was freaking out. And I was like, "Okay, what's gonna happen now? Is it gonna bomb it?" Like then I go there and I'm like, "What? Is this it?" Because it was so much. I couldn't see the crowd first of all. That's when I couldn't even see the crowd. You're high, but you cannot see the crowd
And you're
because of
far,
the light.
no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I figured whatever I play, they love. I couldn't see anyone. I was like, okay, let's just. So this happened 3 hours and a half I was playing. Yeah. It really depends on the DJ.
So obviously, because you've been, I obviously want to talk about like the challenges again and identity and like and the resistance obviously because you mentioned to me before. So obviously coming from your background, how you've used music as a form of resistance or reclamation, let's say, in your sets or in your everyday life.
I mean, being behind decks in some countries, I mean, in the world, I believe. As a female, now it's a resistance itself. Just standing behind decks. And I remember like, shout out to Bex, one of the amazing artists that I know. She was playing vinyl, and I remember one guy came up to me. I cannot believe. What? Women play records? I was like, what? I was so confused. I was like, what? This happened like, when was it? 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Like, yeah. And I was like, what? And not just 1, 2, 3, looking. And I was like, what?
But you know, I feel like even if it's a woman or a man, and if somebody plays records, they're like very fascinated. For
Really?
some people, they're like, oh, what is this? What is this sorcery?
It is.
No,
It is fascinating, but a woman
Yeah,
woman?
to put
again to me, I was like, yeah, what do you mean? And now
So obviously, what barriers, like cultural, political, or personal, have you had to navigate in building your path as an Iranian woman in the electronic music scene or in the techno scene?
and so there, because of this, like living in different countries, living in Germany, living in like because of my job, as I mentioned, living in Istanbul, in Iran, in Kuwait, in London. For me, it's like, you know, constantly I was like questioning. Then when I started my uni, in middle of my uni times, I remember I started to question my belonging. Because I never thought like about because my mind is thinks borderless. You know, I don't care about this borders and la 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 la. No, we come all from one world. If we're a good human being, if we're giving whatsoever, above gender, above race, sexual orientation, whatever, if we're a good human, that's it, to be honest. But unfortunately, empathy is missing. Uh, People are not. What was the question? Belonging. Then I figured that I have to make my own belonging because I belong to everywhere. You know, where is my home? Everywhere. Here, Iran, you know, everywhere. Then I felt, actually, you know what? Let me make Makaan because where do I belong? Let me make this. And this belonging is like a remote belonging. I take it everywhere.
Okay, I
Yeah.
love that. I love
It's
that.
just amazing. It's a belonging because I felt there are so many people like me that they're looking for somewhere that they belong.
It's true because I feel like there I know of a couple of people that music put them to where they are
Yeah,
to like make a belonging in this to make parties to make music to DJ. So yeah,
it's really important.
and obviously your presence behind the decks, would you describe as a statement when you're
Yeah,
playing, and obviously how conscious are you when you're playing? Or you just let yourself go and
it depends.
okay.
If my mood is not giving that day, I just don't want to play. I
Okay.
just cannot. Or if I play, I'm just like la 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 la. You know, I can't.
For example, would you say, like, if you had a bad day and you play it, would the music like help you to elevate yourself on that day specifically, maybe, or this is kind of thing that you have to feel it to perform in a way?
I have to feel it.
Okay.
Like if for example, in different now I know how to control my energy, and like I know how to give it all. Or for example, that place, if I was giving 3 hours and a half all my energy, I couldn't even see, then it would be like very confusing. But with knowing where to give your energy, like, because especially in this scene, if you give it all, you can suddenly collapse.
Burnout in a
You
way.
know,
Yeah.
yeah. And I learned it in every job. You learn the language. So I learned this language of club culture and kind of like this culture as well. Mm, yeah, it's very tough. It's quite tough.
So obviously you mentioned about Makan, and I want to kind of know a bit more about like the birth and the vision of Makan. So what actually sparked the idea, and how the whole idea involved into both the collective and bringing this to life.
Um, okay. First, when I started Makaan, it was for me like I want to make something that I belong to it. And I'm sure there are so many people that they belong to it. But at first, it wasn't a record label. Um, then I thought all my friends that are producers in Iran, they make tunes. They make really good like tracks. But actually, not only Iran, there are so many other countries that due to sanction they cannot sell their tracks.
So you wanted to kind of give them a
Yeah,
platform to
basically,
express
yeah.
themselves.
Because my friends, I see as a producer, they suffer. Not everything is about war. You know, people are actually making really good tracks or whatever. But sanction here doesn't allow. There's a bridge. You know, doesn't allow. So it's fine. We cut off that bridge. It's not a problem.
That's amazing, honestly. And you said that Makan exists giving visibility to artists from Swana and Mina regions who's been silenced, obviously, like you mentioned, by the political and sanctions. Um, what kind of impact you're hoping to make with that, with the vision and with Makan moving forward?
To be honest, I just want to say like we exist whatsoever. Even if you guys think that we don't exist, we do exist. there is no like separation, but due to borders and all this like stuff. Imagine if I wasn't working in the field or frontline, I wouldn't know. If my friends wouldn't like refuge, like literally saying bye to your country and to your home with all the equipments that you have, saying bye bye, I'm going because of music, because I'm not allowed. So respect to those people. So we need to, like, Makaan is a teamwork. It's a team. I don't. It's not like because I came up with the idea. So it's like that's why it's kind of like a teamwork that is going up. Like Bobak helped me with mastering the tracks, thanks to him. Like Taha helped. All of us, we try to show that even with all the sanctions and geopolitical matter, whatever, we exist and there's a platform for you guys to give our give your tracks, and we can how come you guys cannot be on Spotify, Apple iTunes? How come not Shazam? Why? What's the difference?
So you want to collectively bring
Yes.
everybody around you,
Because
who is
every
involved.
sound matters. Every instrument. For example, Taha uses so many amazing instruments in his techno. So he's like kind of showing exchanging cultural sounds.
Yeah,
It's
because
very
it's influenced from,
Yeah,
from
yeah.
backgrounds and everything. that
From
you already grew
Algeria,
up.
yeah, and again from Iran, or from each country has its own kind of sound.
And obviously, how do you, for example, find and connect? Because obviously, you said you already had a lot of your friends who's been into music, but how do you find, or do people approach you personally to kind of give them the platform because they know what they're doing, or you try to find and source, the upcoming artists or the ones that they don't get the recognition that they, for example, they need to.
To be honest, I figured that even here, within around us, people are not being seen. So then I was like, oh my god, what's going on? Wait. Even where there, you're not being seen. So what is this competition from the beginning? So I don't. That's why I'm saying there's so many unseen. That suddenly I got to the level that okay, this is so much, and I this is like last week I was questioning myself. I was like, how come so many amazing artists around me, but they're literally unseen? And I don't know why there's this competition, and I want to give the platform to people that are really, really unseen. Even within unseen, there's a plan B. Unseen to unseen.
Yeah, because I do agree. Because sometimes, like, even if you send music to labels and stuff like that, it's by matter of just either a mistake they're opening their email and listening to your music, or somebody actually talks about you and then they listen to your music, which is, for me, it's crazy because the platform is so unbalanced. In general, the scene is so unbalanced.
Yeah,
You
it's
can be an
very
amazing music producer. Like, I know so many, like, from South America, Argentinians, they're like unbelievable music producers, but nobody knows them. Like,
See?
they have no clue about them.
And it's so sad, because I really feel like whatever you should do it as a team, because you cannot do anything alone. How can you? If I want to do everything alone, how can I?
It's very difficult. You can,
Like,
but
now I'm here because of Taha. You know what I mean? Like, our other resident Jahannam sort out the gig for me in Sweden. So why not? Because for me, if I go to Sweden, then if I figure out that there is a necessity for Makaan to be in Sweden as well, because a lot of hassle. It's not easy to have one Makaan, because in most of our events, the first artist is on the projector, because due to visa restrictions, the artist cannot come. So it's fine. If you cannot come, you send me a set.
Yeah.
You will be on the projector in the club. So that's what we do.
that's amazing. Even with restrictions, you can still have the people
Yes.
playing. So, okay,
Yes.
just to kind of finish up on the Makaan collective, when you run the collective, do you see any changes, for example, in the way you see your role as an artist yourself? So having that collective, did it help you to?
Of course, yes, of course, because it motivated me. It motivated so many other artists. I can see like was it last Makaan? In every Makaan, I'm like, this is last one. In every party, I'm like, okay, I'm done. This is now everyone is like, okay, whatever. But actually, next Makaan is 15th of November with Keep Hush. We're doing. Um, so yeah, uh, I don't know. It went. I don't know what happened. Makaan suddenly become like a home. You know?
Like a family
Yeah,
in a way. Yeah.
yeah. I feel like people with like Makaan residents are actually. I don't know. I don't know how can I say like a Bedu. Just like a family. No, like cousins. No, tribal. No, but like
Collective, maybe, in a way.
cousins. In village.
Community, maybe? No? Because I feel like people do, when they feel like they're excluded or not seen, and when you give them the platform, they really feel that they're included.
They
basically.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are because everyone is included. Actually, um, yeah, everyone is. If you have respect, okay, and you accept, then yeah,
Everyone's included.
you know, it's because it's not easy. Like for me, doing everything underground was not, you know, it wasn't simple. Blah, blah, but yeah, the idea when it came, suddenly everything came. I don't know what happened, but it's going.
You know, yeah, like they say, you have to go with the flow.
Yeah,
When
I'm
it
going
comes
with
to
the
you.
flow. Exactly, I'm going with the flow. But it's interesting one.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for obviously the first part. That was really interesting to hear a bit about you.
Thank you.
Now, obviously, I want to now tap into the musical side, the inspiration, and obviously what you think about the scene and what the future holds for us. So, kind of want to know more about your creative process, and your music identity. So, you said every set is different, but like, how would you describe your sound, like emotionally, sonically, politically? What kind of gives you the drive or the feel for it?
Definitely, I want the bass to be giving. The bass is really important. I love that bass,
The feel.
clear sound of bass, because it as if like for me it's like a meditation. You know how ambient is for so many people, meditation. For me, techno is. That bass is like meditation, and it actually calms me down. To be honest, like not, there are some kicks that are really really hard. That again no, but then low no. But there's one I don't know. Kick
Like lower subs that you make feel in a way.
yeah, but clean, and I love it. Like, yeah, basically. What was the question?
So what describes your sound? Like, how can you describe your sound? Let's say, it comes from
Groovy.
emotion or
Emotion, storytelling, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sharing like different type of sounds. I love movie soundtracks. I add movie soundtracks a lot to it. Yeah. Now
really
I
cool.
like the more CDJ, the more.
the better.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So,
But you were saying, how is the scene here? No.
no, so we get to that obviously, but what do you like when you said about storytelling, right? So what do you try to portray, like the emotions and like a story when you're playing through your sets and performances?
It's like so today this happened, that happened, of course. Sometimes in the middle of my sets I laugh as well because I know what I'm doing with people, because that's a funny thing when you're playing and when you're sharing your music with other people. It's like as if you're talking to them. So when you stop the bass, they look at you. What's going on? And you're like, okay, is everyone awake? And then bam, again. I play with them. It's so funny. So we have to engage, no?
I love that. I love that you're like.
Yeah, because it's not that deep. After all, we are all playing music. Decks are here, not going anywhere. Yeah, storytelling, and each. It depends on my mood. If I'm very upset, It
You
shows.
yeah, okay, okay.
It
If you're
shows.
happy, then
But of course, if I'm playing outside again, uh, I don't want to make other people depressed. I want to make them happy. Sometimes I play happier than usual. But that means again, it's a problem.
but
So,
you adjust, so but it was still beautiful. But
yeah.
still, if you feel like you want to maybe give a bit of emotion to the
Yeah.
people, that you
Yeah,
have to do it.
definitely. No, there's always emotion there, but yeah.
And do you, for example, obviously you're from Rhine, you know, Persian. Do you incorporate
Yes.
the culture and the sounds from
Yes.
your
Like
homeland?
the different instruments, we have tombak, which is kind of in a percussion family. We that I used to play. You know, I play. I add like different instrument sounds, but not just like a layer to it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, just one like 13 seconds. You know, hint of it. Other than that, it can be fetishized as well. We don't want to make it exotic. You know, fetishize it. But it should be just something genuine.
But it still identifies to where you came from, and
Of course.
I think it's very beautiful when people
Yeah.
do that. I think it's
This is
kind of
cultural.
yes,
Yeah.
and has the signature
Yeah.
to your sound and
Yeah.
to your like personality as a DJ, which is I think is very amazing when people
Don't
do
you have?
that.
I think you have a signature, no?
No, but yeah, but in Lithuania we don't really have a
Nah.
like
But your sets are not. When you showed me, when I figured out who you are, then I showed you. I watched actually your section. It's really good.
yeah,
like-
well, I think throughout the years you get the experience to finally get to know what to play and
You
to,
share, Yani, you share emotions as well. You can feel it. Which DJ is actually giving, which DJ is just there like next, and then the next. It's very obvious.
So for example, you know, just I wanted to say, what goes through your mind when you're, for example, preparing for your sets? Like, so the creative process, what does it look like? Because obviously you mentioned like every day is different, but like, do you have your standard that, you know, how do you prepare, for example? Because everybody does it differently. Some people like they buy their music and then they organize later, or they, for example, have already music that they haven't played and then they want to organize, like kind of, if you have some sort of, like I would say like a pre-set ritual or something that you go to that helps you to prepare, you know?
I would say I would always think of intro. The intro is important. But other than that, I just go with tracks. But it's really bad that I do this. I should practice more. But still, I go suddenly with tracks that I never heard, because I told you I never pick one folder for this specific. I just add, and then sometimes I don't listen. I go there and I play, and I'm like, whoa, what is this? I mean, so and I never actually make a set ready. Just the intro, to be honest.
Because for me personally, I would like to prepare a few days before,
Yeah.
and then I don't listen to techno. Like I try to listen to anything else, like classic
Really?
music, hip hop, like you know, because when then you get back on the decks and you haven't played techno for a couple of days, it gives you this. Oh my god, like I want to play it. It's like
You know, I don't listen to music
at
at
all.
all. Now I have stopped. Like, it's really bad. It's not something to be proud of, but it's like everyone thinks, oh, you're a DJ, so you should listen to music loud every day at home. You know, loud. I'm like, I don't even listen to it. But it's really bad. So if I listen to music when I'm getting it, or hip hop sometimes.
But you listen to when you're preparing, for example. So then you have the time for music to kind of be present there.
Yeah, but I
Like-
forget. You know what I mean? That's the thing with preparing. You need to prepare properly. Listen to la 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 la. I forget.
But I mean, sometimes when you said you play tracks that you don't know, it's a good surprise for you and the
Yeah.
audience.
And once it was Barbie Girl, so a very good surprise. And one of our shout out to another resident, Seba. She made a fuss out of me, like now everyone knows this Barbie Girl. Because I was like, what happened?
So I wanted to obviously as well, you know, talk about a little bit about the scene and loves obviously the techno community that we have in London. But obviously, how do you view the electronic scene in London today? And obviously, I know that every scenes are different, but like the comparison obviously are day and night, because obviously in Iran is very underground, and in London it's like commercialized and institutionalized. So
In Germany,
as
super
well.
institutionalized. What do you think?
What I think, there's a comment I rather not say, but no, I feel like it's been too like the marketing strategies, business side of things really took over,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like a lot of especially grassroots either promoters or people who like are not that big, they're being very not
Yeah.
diminished, but like they don't like you don't see those people, and it's really hard to be in those scenes. I think, and especially in London, a lot of clubs are closing as well, so it's becoming more difficult for you to portray your vision and your sound. But then once again, we have to still be
Visit.
true to our idea, and at the end of the day, the marketing, the big business, they're gonna die out.
Yeah.
Like
Are they?
eventually. I feel like they will. In well, this is only my opinion, because obviously, when you're sticking to something and you're portraying your idea, and you have a baggage of experience with it, it does then come out on top, and people will see it eventually and be like, oh, they've been doing it for a long time, and they've been doing it good, and they have values, and I think that's what kind of then gives you the balance from just money making
Mm-hmm.
and just put on big shows just for the money to actually putting creative
Yeah.
output to the scene. So that's kind of my opinion.
I totally agree with you, to be honest. Like, money, 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 and it's just like, so the music is missing right now.
Like a lot.
Like, literally, music is missing.
The quality,
Yeah,
especially.
yeah. Literally, the quality of music is missing because of money, money, money.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, yeah, you're right. We just have to be genuine to ourselves and not question ourselves. Are we good or bad? You know, because there is no good or bad. It's just you.
Yep.
You know, how many of you is one? That's it. So everyone is unique. You know, everyone have their unique um, personality. It's just how they resonate, how you bring it out. You know.
Because wanted to add as well, on the scene and everything, I saw myself the change. Because do you remember like a couple years ago, before COVID and after, everybody was into their hard, fast industrial
Oh.
techno, like so much. But I'm noticing more people, especially the younger generation, they want to find something more,
Mm-hmm.
which is very, very unique. Because I'm like, oh, okay, so actually people are getting bored of it, and they
Really?
want to learn themselves to find new things, which is I think is very, very impressive and unique. So the scene is like healing itself, because the money making machine, as much as they can feed you, sometimes you have to like, oh no, wait, well, why only this? Let me try something else.
Yeah.
Which is I think is beautiful in a way.
I,
Honestly,
I feel like the more promoters are trusting more DJs to book, which is really important. Like, promoters should trust new DJs to book,
100%.
you know, but they don't. It's like lineups are loop, unfortunately.
A lot of the times you want to book some big DJ because you know he's gonna bring the people.
Yeah.
But
It's
maybe
like,
not all the time he's gonna perform.
that's why,
good.
like, Makaan doesn't believe in a headliner. Everyone is a headliner.
That's amazing.
Or if not, as in there is no headliner. We just all play music. It's not headliner. How come the artist next, like that day I felt it. How come the artist after me is getting, what, 13,000? And I'm getting what, 400?
True.
It's, why? Because I don't have a massive, agent, management team,
But
agency, like standing behind me, like this. Okay, then I can take it's not a problem if that.
I'm pretty sure even if they pay you £400, you would probably bring more attention and more people than the person that gets paid £1,300. Like so.
That day I was very like confused. I was like, what? Why? Like and especially the fact that still in music scene, like, guys, it's 20 fucking first time. Sorry, beep. But how come, like, still men like DJ, they get more artist fee than female artists? Like, whoa, that is not. In every aspect, it's just wrong.
I personally think the booking agencies and the agents really poison the scene.
Mm-hmm.
This is only my opinion, and
No, I
I
agree.
think because back in the days, you if you were like the people who are getting, for example, booked now, and the bigger DJs they have managers. The managers, they get the gigs,
Yeah.
right? The agents, they get 20% cut of you sending an email. So that, for me, that is great. That should not be like
No.
this. You should actually be able to approach a big DJ bring him the idea to the table, and then he will decide. It's not that his agent should decide and then take the cut from you, you know, to make his buck, which I think that's what poisoned the scene, and it's been really bad. Because I myself, when you know you throw parties, you're like, how much you want to pay, like, and then you become as a grassroots promoter, like I said, it's just the you become like below everything, and then
Yeah,
you don't
because
know.
you keep giving your platform to everyone. No, 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 no. But then, yeah.
So how do communities like Makaan challenge the dominant narrative in electronic music scene? You know, especially because it's been shaped a lot by the Western cultures
Mm.
and the institutions.
Of course, because they for so many years we've been silent, as I mentioned, because of geopolitical matters, because of sanction, because of internet. Internet is very important. Like for us, we had to have like VPN to be again la la la. I believe like for us, we were playing techno as well. They were playing techno as well. Like all of us were playing techno. It's all good, but the barriers here never let anyone to be connected with each other. So that's why there was only like one kind of a repetitive kind of sound that we always heard. So if we actually hear sounds from different countries, we learn different sounds. We learn different cultures. It's good, no? It's not boring. Like ta 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 ta. I get bored with like boom 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 boom, kind of like in constant.
I feel like in music, it's always good to learn new things and
Yeah,
experience new
definitely.
artists and to hear new things. Because like you said, when you get so repetitive, it gets boring.
Yeah.
And then that's why I think when I said too that the new generation they wants to learn more.
That's I was gonna yeah. I was that's you made me really happy right now because I bet like I was so getting like I was very disappointed from like I was like you guys have the privilege to actually learn properly, to use every equipment properly, to la 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 la. Why not? You know, let's be instead of pushing each other, like standing there. So we look at other person immediately to finish. Like, so I want to play, I want to play, I want to play. Okay, all yours. Then we will come. It's fun.
I agree. Obviously, I went to as well quickly because we might run out of time. But obviously, go through like you know the influence artists and spaces, you know, and what is your personal like inspirations? You know, with like is it beyond electronic music when it comes to like your DJing and producing and being as an artist?
I first of all say that all of us as an artist, we have to use our platforms in good way. We have to try to, uh, even if we're artists, we are saying something. Okay, yeah, with music or with, let's try to say that thing correct. Let's be useful. No, um, for me it's like that to be honest. Other than that, I don't think it's something deep. They made it deep because it's commercialized and it's like money, 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 money. But to be honest, for me, it's like, no, I wanna. It's not headliner. It's not this. It's something else. Uh, we exist. We're here. Why not? You know, whoever thinks that we are not there or people of color are not there or like la 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 la. All these like label to basically
labeling, yeah.
put the people in front of each other, you know? No, it doesn't work here.
Um, do you know? I wanted to ask you as well because obviously you've been doing this for such a long time, and do you have any like, let's say, specific collectives or DJs or people that you meet, you know, throughout your career that kind of gave you the energy and you know you were drawn to them to see what they're doing and kind of to inspire yourself? Do you have any kind of
Yes.
particular ones?
As I mentioned first, Nodrex, one of them. Sam Abdul Hadi, which you got confused, was one of them because I remember first time that I played with Sama, I knew her because of Palestine, and then for me it was very. She was very. She is a strong figure. So even if you see her behind decks, she's telling so many stories. So it's really amazing that we have kind of some people to push these barriers and go there. in that scene that no one thinks that we exist. So I was like, well done, Sama. Amazing.
And obviously, let's kind of put our imagination a bit on, because I always want to ask every time the people that are in the scene. So like, what is your kind of dream lineup for Makaan, or dream location that you would like to do, and for you to be like, I want to do it here. Like that would be
Kuwait.
amazing. Kuwait. And what kind of DJs would you book, or doesn't have to be like, because obviously you said everybody's a headliner, but something like specifically probably for that maybe part.
I would
There's
love
so
to everyone, but I don't know. But Kuwait, I want to
Kuwait.
definitely. It's the hardest. It's the most no, so I want to go for that.
Just to break the political
Yeah.
boundaries and everything.
Not even that, because why not?
To Kuwait.
It's so nice. Why we cannot have techno? There is no one singing. There's nothing like morality or whatever wrong. No one is dancing. They're standing. Don't dance. First, but I want to have a festival with a refugee lineup. Like
There we go.
literally, those that our stage is gonna be for refugees. Solid, like I don't care about like why they're refugee or whatever. If they're a solid DJ, if they're giving like one.
Perfect. It's okay. Just kind of wanted to as well, because we're ending the show quite soon. Just wanted to kind of look ahead, of like the future, what the future holds for us. How do you see Makaan, for example, evolving in the next few years? Musically, politically, as a community.
I think it's gonna. I believe that with the help of all of our residents, we can. We're doing things, We don't care like this one is saying that one is saying that. Okay, this. Oh my God! Now we cannot do this because that day is that day. Like no, let's just do our thing. Let's not because all the time, I figured in this scene they want to tell you that you guys are nothing, and we're just saying we're. And I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of fighting this. You are nothing. I am a thing or whatever. It's just like we're here and everyone knows. You know what I mean? Every platform I go, I want to talk because like, I want to say why Makaan, why the urgency of Makaan. It's here because of unseen and unheard artists.
That's amazing. So let's. I'll kind of finish with just two more questions. So. Personally, I want to kind of again to go back to you. Are there any projects, releases, collaborations, that you're looking forward for next year? Can you maybe spill the tea for us? I know because sometimes you want to work in private, but maybe
No.
something exciting that you're looking forward you would like to share with us.
This collaboration with Keep Hush is very interesting. Actually, this coming up event and yeah, it's the one of the biggest project for Makaan. I think this collaboration. And I want to do more like this because like I want more artists in the region to find us that we exist. That's what I was thinking when I was like with Kiposh, let's do this because of like YouTube algorithm, and even when I was like sorting out the lineup, I was trying to do it like through the algorithm, each country. So it's like India, Iran, no. So I did it that way, so I could it can kind of like goes through. So with the algorithm goes, so everyone can see. Yeah.
Exactly. The reach is much bigger. That is amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, project like this is good. It motivates.
And this is kind of probably going to be my favorite question I like to ask people. So, what message would you like to share with young artists, especially women, maybe from your region, and finding their voice in music?
Believe in yourself. It's not that deep, and even when you get to the point that you feel like, oh my God, this is it, it's just empty. You know what I mean? Inside of it, there is no soul. So you are the soul. Wherever you are the soul. Just have faith in yourself. That's it. I have nothing to say because they keep saying that you guys cannot do this, you guys cannot do that, but we can.
But as well because I feel like there's so many male dominant
Of
like the
course.
scene, but because if women sees you do their thing, that's already an inspiration for them.
Now
In
it
a
has
way.
been changed a lot, to be honest, because now it's very kind of like, even for me, it's confusing. I'm like, what's happening? There are clubs now in Iran, underground clubs, like literally, and it's like it's not like before anymore. But still, of course, in everywhere, not just Iran, everywhere, even here, we're seeing. So it's a very male, actually, as you said, dominant kind of, especially techno. Um, I figured like it's like that because before I used to play dub, um, I didn't feel like that.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I used to play like 98 BPM. Now like from the start is 142, 140.
My favorite.
Yeah, before it was dub. Yeah.
You know, and so with the higher BPM, some tracks, if you make them on like, for example, 130, but if you play them on 145, sometimes the percussion and the beats, they make a rhythm.
Yeah, yeah.
So the faster
Yes,
you go,
it's amazing. I love it. But yeah,
So obviously, if you wanna maybe just give a shout.
faith in yourself. It's important, and like I like literally have respect for all the DJs that they've been fighting, like all their life just for music or for whatever they believe with their music. I have respect for them, whatsoever.
Amazing. So thank you so much.
Thank you so
Anahita,
much.
for the talk. I
Thank
could
you.
actually go for another hour if we had time.
We could go on and on.
So yeah, make sure you guys obviously follow Makaan, follow Anahita. They have their event on the 15th of November, and yeah, we'll catch you next month.
Thank you.
Loop, 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 loop. London, 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 London.